Good afternoon, folks. Yuba activist and adventure network Zach Cross here. So we've now had a business permanently closed down that just started a few months before this fire. And I want to talk to you guys a little bit about Measure C here in Marysville, where they're going for a renew 2 years before it happens to sunset, so they can get a second chance at it in 2026 when it doesn't expire. Now this not only shows how out of touch with the people, our council, our city manager, our economic development director, and all the other leadership is, that we're all broke, paying as much tax as we can afford right now living in California with this bite inflation. But the worst of it is how much the incompetence of this city has not only now shut the close of doors on one business permanently, but also the hardship on others. I know for a fact multiple people called about cooking and warming fires in this hotel the same year that it burned down this year. And it looks like the judge is not willing to break the law, unlike the city of Marysville has no problem with about half the time, and basically do eminent domain demolition and charge them through the city. So this is going to continue to go on. I want you guys, when we have a crime rate higher than Linda and Olivehurst, which says a lot considering this town is only 3.5 square miles walled in by levees, and we're already dealing with these delinquents basically on so many other levels, I want you to join me in voting no on Measure C. We need to see our crime rate lower. I have told a couple of council members at this point, if they fire the delinquent loser Chief Sachs, who allegedly went and stood in the way of Yuba City PD serving a warrant on his old boss's house, Aaron Easton, who murdered his wife Sarah Easton, along with other cops who are now retired from Marysville PD. He's a delinquent. He basically got multiple calls in about this building before it burned, and now these businesses are suffering. There is no way we should approve this tax, but I told multiple council members, if they fire Chief Sachs and they get crime down, I'm not going to support the tax in 2026, but I won't stand in its way. Because here's the messed up part. They do need that tax renewed in 2026. I think they should change it where it sunsets again after 10 years instead of making it in perpetuity, or it would take a voter action to undo it. But we don't have to pass it right now. They're going to continue to get that $4 to $5 million, mostly off of gas stations like this one I'm at here at 7-Eleven, for another 2 years before it sunsets. So they're not losing anything if we show our power as voters and we vote no on Measure C and ask for better conditions. We should not have to live in squalor. Our businesses should not have to suffer with the delinquency when somebody could have gone in there and cleared them out on a weekly basis and made it more difficult until they stopped going in there. I mean, look at this. Like Firebug Flores said, they're hoping the State Theater burns next. How long is that with them getting on the roof of that building and up right over here where you see the graffiti there? Very, very sad. I don't know what they need to do, but I can tell you this. The Sheriff's Department must know what to do, since they have a much higher area of patrol and a lower crime rate in Linda and Olivehurst, which were the bottom of the barrel of this community for a long time. And I walked East Linda during the primary election, and let me tell you, there are places over there that were Skid Row 20 years ago, 10 years ago, that now I would feel safer, and I did feel safer walking in, than I do here in downtown Marysville where I live. We need to do something, and it starts with us voting no on Measure C, ladies and gentlemen. We have to say no to this delinquency and this debauchery in this town. They need to get their shit together if they want us to either vote yes or just stay out of it and not defeat it in 2026. The city loses nothing if we vote no on it this year. In fact, personally, I think they should pull it, because anybody who knows about suffering, which isn't most of those trust fund kids sitting on the council and the chief of police and the economic development manager, most of those trust fund kids don't understand the struggle we're going through and how doomed the tax measure is right now, even if we didn't have delinquent people at the helm of our city. God bless us. Fight, fight, fight.